This is day 3 of the bounce challenge, and we're doing good. I'm gonna get I filmed 3 in a row, so this will be 20 minutes, and you're gonna do an indoor run. To record it, if you have an Apple Watch, if you have a Fitbit, I think it automatically does it. The Apple Watch does too, but it tries to figure out what you're doing. Oh, what we're gonna do is get the bounces going. We'll do some similar things that I do for the art of bouncing, but it's gonna be not as intense. So we're gonna be working a little bit of the inner thighs today. Inner thigh and a little bit of the outer thigh. And I want you to remember when you're bouncing, you do that little crunch with your abdominals. Crunch them in as you're bouncing. So here we go. Now I want you to take your right foot and I'm going to point it toward your left foot. It's my right, but your left. So you take your left foot and I want it pointed toward the wall on the side of the room. So I want you to be able to feel that as you're bouncing. You should feel a nice, you can feel it in your outer thigh. Inner thigh, I mean. We're gonna bounce like that, warming it up. We're gonna do about 20 more seconds of this. And I'm gonna make it a little harder, but not super hard. Just something to think about. Be a little bit different. Now, so you have that left foot pointed at the wall. What you're gonna do is just move it forward and back. Ooh, feel that in your thigh? Yeah. Remember, you're crunching at the same time, if you can. It's hard. Sometimes it's like walking and chewing gum at the same time. So, moving your arms. Oh, you should feel that in the inner thigh. So you have equal weight and your right knee is still bent. So you're just going to the side and back. Feel it. See how when you bounce, you can work different muscles. And this is the whole idea of these videos, besides the challenge, is to show you different ways to use your muscles when you're bouncing. We're almost there. Do about 20 more seconds. We'll get 2 miles in here in 20 minutes. Pretty good. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So it's going to be your right, and you're going to take that foot. See how I have my inner thigh faced towards you? Right here. And your knee is pointed to the outside right wall. And we're going to bounce like this. We're going to use different muscles as we're bouncing. Oh, I love it when my kids walk by and smile and wave at me when I'm in my workout room. Okay, so now, remember how we went over toward the wall and back. We're starting out. Just kind of move it, but keep moving them arms. Work your inner thighs a little bit. Over the wall and back. Great. Good way to work your inner thighs. And women are are the ones that like to work their inner thighs. You don't want it jiggling around. So, get close. It's gonna be 5 minutes of this, and we've already got over a half a mile. So, can't beat that. Really can't beat that. Okay, I'll bring that together. I'm gonna go over a little bit, but we're not gonna lift up of that 1, 2, 3 of picking up. And instead of picking my leg up super high, because I'm gonna still have this, you're gonna have your left foot pointed to the left outer wall here. Your, not outer wall, but that's how I teach in my classes. I have an outer wall, I call it. So I'm gonna be here, and we're gonna bounce for 3, and you're gonna pick up very minimally that knee, but I want you to crunch over toward the left. And you're just gonna crunch over like this. See how we do it like this? But we're gonna do it on the count of 3. So keep that foot pointed over there. That's gonna work all here in your obliques. Here, you're gonna crunch over on your left as you stretch out your right. Big bonus. I love bonuses. So we're gonna do it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See, I'm barely picking up. I just want you to get used to the barely picking up. Let's pick it up a little bit. Eventually, it'll be this. We don't want to do that yet. So I'm going to show you how you're going to crunch. So you get your inner thigh on your left, crunching over on your left, stretching out on the right. Good. Really come over, just get used to that crunch over. Oops, I messed up. Okay. Sometimes it's hard. I start thinking of other things. We're gonna do about 10 more. Just want you to get used to that crunching over. I'm not gonna sing those ones. I just want you to concentrate on crunching. And you can see it in the abdominals as I crunch it over. Crunch it over. Couple more. Okay. So, in between move, we're going to do something in between. What that's going to be is, we're going to bounce for 3, out, and then jump in the center. I'm not going to have you clicking your heels or anything like that right yet. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Oops, 3. Out, come in. On a 3rd. I'm used to clicking. You might click, yeah. When you think, I think you might be ready. Almost there. 5 more. This is challenging for me to think. Got a mile in. 1 more. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing here. Now you take that foot and make sure, excuse me, I have allergies going on, had my nails done today, and I'm allergic to some of the stuff, so I try to take my stuff, but it clogs me up that first night. Okay, I have it over here. And then this leg, remember, that stays back. And I'm still doing a little crunching here. But you don't have to think about that now. So, as that foot's there, all we're gonna do, we're gonna count to 3, barely lift up, but I want you to get used to that crunch. I do a lot of crunching to the side. In my advanced classes, we do tons of crunches, oblique crunches, to get those muscles. So I'm gonna count to 3, and when I get to the 3, we're gonna start. 1, 2. But you have to lift up your left shoulder. It might be coming up too high, but I'm used to that. Make sure you pick up. That's gonna stretch out on your left, and you're gonna crunch to your right. That's why I love bouncing so much. So many ways to do it, and I've come up with so many ways, and it's so fun to come up with a new way to bounce and to work your muscles in a different way. Different muscles. So lift it up. Do about 10 more. Lift up that. Want you to really concentrate, pushing down on the right and lifting on the left. Good to go. 5 more. There. So we got that done. Now, I'm not sure how I did all the moves I did in the first 2. So we're going to practice a little bit more of the crunching. And it's going to be, instead of having this out like this and doing the inner, but let me first do this. I want you to have your knees pointed to the outsides, towards your walls here, like this. Because we did that first move out and in like that. And I really want you to, it's almost like you're a frog here. Inner thighs, my inner thigh should be facing you, okay? And we're gonna do that 1, 2, 3 by coming in, like on the third. 1, 2, keep them out. Inner thighs. Oh, I love bouncing. I'm not going super fast, but we got almost 1.5 miles in already. Keep them, we're working your inner thighs today. And you tighten up your booty, and you get an added bonus. We're gonna do about 5 more. And your toes are pointed to the outsides too right now. You did really good with that. So we'll practice a little bit more of that. And I'm going to work a little bit on the outer thighs now. So this is how we're going to do that. Now we do that little crunch over. I'm going to show you how we do little tiny crunches by not lifting just your leg out, but your hip. You lift your hip. So as I do moves, see how I can lift my hips. I always tell people in my classes, that's why us ladies have hips. To carry our babies and to do all that stuff. So I'm going to show you how you'll be able to really work on that outer thigh as you're bouncing. So, but we're going to do it very minimally, just so that you can kind of get used to that type of bouncing. So on the count of 3, Now my feet are forward. I'm gonna just lift my hip. And you can lift your leg a little bit. So we're not gonna go super high with it. 1, 2, 3. Lift it up. Lift it up, off, just barely. Push that hip out, push it out. So I use my hip, that love handle. Your hip lifts. I'm not doing this. Watch, see the difference? I'm lifting. See, when I do this, my hip's not lifting. But we're gonna lift your hip, watch. I have guys in the class, they struggle. We laugh. Because guys just don't have the hips that we do as women. Lift it up. That's gonna work the love handle area, your outer thigh, your obliques. So it's a win-win. Almost there. Lift it up. Just like you're crunching over. Through 5 more. 5. 3. There. Oh. So lifting the hip. So I don't know if you can tell the difference. The difference is that we're going to practice it. Is if I stand 1, 2, just lift my leg, see my hip stays down. We can do that. But if we're going to do that, my philosophy is, if I'm going to bring my hip out, my leg out, why not add my hip and get my core and crunch over? So it's like this. Okay? Now we're going to do the right side. Now I want you to pay attention to the difference, because we're going to start, I'm lifting this up a little bit so that you can kind of see how my hip goes out. Okay, we're going to bounce 4, 3, and just bring the leg out, just the leg out. So you can do this, but when I do this, I'm not really working as hard. I still want to crunch over. One more like this. Now, let's do it this way. On the third one, we're going to lift that. You're really just lifting that hip up. 1, 2, 3. You don't even have to hardly pick your leg up because you're lifting that hip. Lift up the hip. I barely bring my leg out. You don't have to. Eventually we do go out, we do it a little bit more like this, but you don't have to. Keep it nice so I don't go too much over. We got 2 miles in. Alrighty. Here we go. Lift it up. I'm gonna do 10 more. Lift it up. Lift that hip. You don't have to come up far. Now, what we're gonna do is the 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna alternate. If we do 3, lift hip. So remember, we're not just coming out like that. I want you to remember, you're just lifting your hip up like that. See how you can eventually do this. So I'll count to 3, lift left, and then on the third bounce, right. 1, 2, 3. Now watch, I get my hand out, and I crunch it over. I'm basically lifting my hip up. And that'll lift your outer thigh out too. But you're not concentrating on lifting just the outer thigh, the leg. You're concentrating on lifting your hip at the same time. Almost there. See how I crunch it over. Lift that hip. Lift the hip. Lift that hip. 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 5 more on each side. More. Hey, we did 20 minutes, and not quite. Right now it's 20 minutes. Got 2.25 miles in. That's absolutely amazing. I hope you learned something today with the hip moves like this. Because that makes a difference between us. Because you're going to use more muscles by lifting the hips. And just like an exaggerated hip movement. And so we're going to start walking a little bit. Go to one corner, come back. We're going to kind of walk forward with a little bounce. This is a bounce walk. One corner, back. Come in the center, back. We're almost there. Gosh, we were doing good. Wow, it's amazing. Look at all those muscles and not just standing on the rebounder and just bouncing. You're bouncing and you're working your muscles at the same time. It's a win-win by far. If you're going to spend 20 minutes or 30 minutes bouncing, you might as well work as many muscles as you can. I love it. One more time. This corner. And we'll come back. Go to the front. And we are finished. I hope you learned something good today on day 3. And you're going to learn a lot. By the time we get to day 30, whew, you'll be all ready to go on to the art of bouncing, which is a little more intense. So once you can learn how to lift up your leg as you're bouncing and do all the different moves, you'll be able to move on and it'll be so fun. Have a great day.